Now, I guess, first of all, when you look back at last year and what you guys were able to accomplish, what's your biggest takeaway from that group?
Just the perseverance, mental toughness, being able to overcome, some adversity in these games. And both these guys already talked about it. We were kind of dead on arrival this year. We graduated a pretty good class, and people counted us out. But the kids used it as fuel, and we beat a good UTAN team to open the year, and then we just kind of kept getting better and better. We kind of got halfway through the year and talked as a staff, and I'm like, we're winning all these games, but I feel like we haven't even played that well yet. So we just kept climbing, kept grinding away, and the kids got better and better. And I think that was the thing I take most away from those kids is they wanted to get better. They weren't satisfied with just last week's victory. They kept working towards the next one, and it really took off for us.
Now, you returned some pretty impressive athletes. I guess let's dive in there and start with Koa, your quarterback. And he could probably play or project a number of different ways. But what's the biggest thing that he kind of brings to the table for you?
Just pure speed, athleticism. He's a tough runner too. His playing weight this year, he was 205. He's a big, strong athlete, and when he gets out in the open, you can't catch him. I mean, he was state runner-up behind Couts as a freshman in track in the 100 and the 200, and he beat the Harburg kid in those races too as a freshman. So, he's got the breakaway Class A, all-class speed, and getting him the ball in space was a priority, and he just, when it wasn't there, he created his own space. And having that ability opens up your offense. You can't just stop a pass. You can't just stop a running back. You gotta be. It puts defenses on their heels.
And I guess when you've got an athlete like that, I mean, do you feel like he projects one way or the other at the next level, or?
Well, actually, going into the season, I know how the recruiting thing works, and you're going to see a 6 foot, 200-pound. Athlete from a small school, you're thinking safety, outside linebacker, probably. And actually, the way his biggest improvement from the offseason to this year was his ability to pass the ball downfield, just throwing it 30, 40 yards, 50 yards accurately in the breadbasket. His understanding of the offense, reading defenses, seeing what's open, and kind of pre-snap, post-snap type thing, really improved. I think he's a high-level athlete. You can put him at quarterback, put him at safety, and like what he said, he's a football player. I mean, he loves it, trains for it. He's been doing it since he was a little kid. So he labeled it best, athlete. Whatever you feel comfortable with putting him, your need, I think, is where he's going to end up.
You think if he gets an opportunity to go to some camps and put up the numbers that he's capable of doing testing-wise, but also, show him that he can throw a football, I mean, you think he's opened up some eyes?
Absolutely. And actually, his progress this year, I mean, he's a 2,200-plus yard passer. He's a 1,200-plus yard rusher. He got invited to the Elite 11 quarterback camp. So, I mean, he's on the radar now as a passer. And I think last spring we kind of got hosed out on the whole, rivals camp circuit and trying to put him out there with other states, higher competition to say, oh, the kid runs a 4.4. I mean, he's legit 4.4. Whether you're going to a school with 30 kids in a class or, 500, if you run a 4.4, you run a 4.4. And he's built, he's put together, and got wide shoulders, and I think if the camps are available, I think he'll put on a good show.
Okay. Now Gavin is he's a big, tall wideout for you. What does he bring to the table?
Obviously length, but as he talked about, speed. I mean, he is a fast kid. He's deceptively fast. He's got a long stride. He covers a lot of ground. Obviously, we threw him a lot of fades, a lot of deep balls, where he's able to go up and get it. 50-50 balls. We became a lot better in the passing game this year, not just because Koa was a better passer, but we had receivers that could go up and go get it, high point it, like Gavin and Cade. And actually, one of the things I was most impressed with Gavin this year was his ability. We're a big screen passing game offense, and his ability to catch the ball at the line of scrimmage, break tackles, go through the alley and just take off. I mean, his speed was really impressive. Very good, very good. One of the big emphases this year was the improvement in our blocking. Because of our screens, we throw it to, we're going to go 3 or 4 or 5 wide at times. we're going to get the athletes out in space, but it doesn't do any good if we don't have blocking. So every day, literally every day, every other day, we're working blocking drills, and he was putting people on backs, and he was pretty physical. Took a lot of pride in it.
Now, Cade, underclassman for you, but obviously a tremendous athlete in his own right. How have you kind of seen him progress, and what do you think he's going to be able to bring to the table here in the coming years for you?
Yep. Started out the year, had a touchdown called back because of a hold, and just kind of slowly worked his way into the top rotation. And we got to the big gun games. We're going against Aquinas. Came up with a huge touchdown catch. Oakland Craig, defending state champion, huge touchdown catch. He can outrun anybody. He's almost just as fast as Koa is, and he's got a longer frame for it. He's going to put on a lot of muscle, and he's physical. He actually won an award through the NFL Network for a block, putting a guy on his back. So it was pretty cool to see that. We get a nice little grant money for it too. So that was
nice.
Kind of nice. Yeah.
And where do you think his future is? Is it at wide receiver, or do you think he could end up projecting to a couple different positions?
He's in the same boat as his brother. Literally on defense, being a small school, we have depth issues in terms of injuries you get later in the year. Last year he was playing safety and corner. This year we needed him to play inside linebacker. We had an injury go down probably midway through the playoffs. Had to play him at defensive end. So he's super versatile. He's long, he's quick twitch. He's absolutely tenacious on the defensive side of the ball, but he's so explosive on offense that he can catch a pass and take off and he's probably about 4.5. You're in upper 4.5s right now in terms of running 40. He was a wrestler last year and then came out for basketball this year, and he's one of their more explosive players. So just like his brother, athlete. Where your need is, find the best fit.
Okay. And how's recruiting been for all of these guys? I know obviously coaches haven't been able to come to the school, but has it been active? Have they been in communication?
Very active. They're very receptive, and it's kind of, for as much as it's been a downer for those guys, it's probably opened it up more for the smaller schools, because coaches are going to have to rely on film and reaching out to people as opposed to just seeing things in person all the time. And it's kind of opening up things for these guys. So, I know I've talked to a couple coaches from Nebraska, and they know that Gavin's a D1 wide receiver, frame, athleticism, and all that. He's been talking to, Northern Illinois, South Dakota State. He'll be looked at by North Dakota State. Koa has been, I've had Northwestern out of, Illinois reach out to me about him. They're very interested. North Dakota State, obviously, Nebraska, Northern Illinois again, because Coach Jackson does a good job of recruiting state. And then Cade will be in the same boat. He's just a little later down the line. There's a lot of the big Midwest schools are after both of these guys, and all three of them. So it'll be, hopefully they get a chance to go to some camps. Again, apples to apples type of thing, where you're able to roll them out there against Class A guys and other kids from the Kansas City area or whoever, and be like, I get it. We got 35 kids on our football team, but we can play.
Awesome. Well, congratulations, Coach, and good luck heading into next year.
Thank you. Stay healthy.